This is the Mohsin Mortgage Program with Sarah Mohsin. Mohsin Mortgage is licensed in several states for residential and commercial purchases and refinancing. Call 800-662-9550. And now, here's your host, Sarah Mohsin.
Happy Wednesday, folks. It's great to be back here again. And I have to say, it's going to be a great couple of days here. I had Jay Balaban from Prudential here. And now I have my good friend, my trainer, my coach, Sarah Wernert. And it's exciting to have her here in the studio because I have been chatting about her a great deal. And she is just an outstanding individual, just quite remarkable. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Well, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Finally, right? Finally.
Yes.
I've got to say, you have quite an incredible background. You do. I mean, with your training and your coaching and your experience as an athlete, tell me a little bit about yourself because I want our listeners to hear about what your true passion is and what drives you.
Right. Well, I've been an athlete all my life. Since growing up, I've played sports, and I just really have been dedicated to health and fitness.
Right.
I actually was an overweight child. Around 12 years old, I was very lethargic, and I just wanted to watch TV and play video games. But my family just wasn't about that.
Right.
They said, we need to be active and get outside and, be healthy. And so they made me, play basketball and, try to get my eating habits better. I remember having weekly weigh-ins, and maybe that's has transitioned to my personal training business today. But so they got me active, and I just absolutely fell in love with sports, and it keeps me happy. And I ended up getting a scholarship to college, California University, and played Division II volleyball there.
Right.
And then when that ended, I still had that drive to compete. So I figured, now what do I do? I'm so used to training all day long for something. What else? What other competitive avenue could I go into? So then I started competing in fitness and modeling. So that's where it all really came from.
I think it's huge because I've been chatting about you for a long time, a couple of weeks here at least, if not a month and over. And you did some great things with the Relay for Life or with the American Cancer Society. I chat about Glenn Meekum, who's a great friend of mine, just like you are to me. And you're very near and dear to me because of the fact that it's very important in our world of finance that folks also reach out to get help with their health and fitness area because, during these very difficult times with the economy being where it is, people are looking to make decisions on buying homes or eliminating credit card debt. However, the biggest part of the puzzle is to make sure that you're also healthy and you're making decisions that are focused and are good for the entire family, Sarah. And what you've done, and folks, seriously, if you're looking to get advice on nutrition or training, et cetera, she's an athlete, she's my coach, and it's been very effective for me in my choices in decisions that I've done for my company. We do sponsor Sarah as well as an athlete, Sarah Wernert. And if you have questions on the nutritional plan, you can call 1-800-662-9550. Obviously, she does have a website as well. It's Sarah, S-A-R-A-H, Wernert, WERNERT.com. And tell me a little bit about you. I mean, I know you very well, but I want our listeners to know a little bit about you and you've competed, you've been a model, you've done a number of things in a very brief period. So I just find that quite amazing.
Right. Well, thank you. Yes, I've done a lot of modeling and competing after college, and I do believe that being healthy goes hand in hand with having financial success as well.
Right.
I know this is a bad economic time. And a lot of people rely on, they relieve their stress by either overeating or undereating.
Right.
And that's really not the way to deal with financial stress. It will only cause health problems and only make financial difficulties worse.
Right.
So speaking with an online counselor is really a good way to help, relieve that stress and get back onto a better, better path. So I think it's a good way to say how we're, so closely related.
It's true because I've said many times before on the air that we all have to seek out the experts in the field. I may be in a position to give you advice on finances and making sure that you're financially healthy. I do, however, believe that for me to get into better shape and fitness, I had to go to the expert. I went to you, and we've been working together.
Right, and you've done a great job. Your transformation. I love even just coming here to Boston and seeing the people that haven't seen you in so long, and them all saying how great you look. It makes me so happy.
Well, you're fantastic.
You do all the work day in and day out. I just tell you what to do. So this is wonderful. It's been a great journey, and I'm glad you are having great success. You're looking really, really good. You know, with our stats, you're down 16 pounds of body fat, which is remarkable. Gaining 4 pounds of muscle, and in that time. So that's really, really good.
Mm-hmm. Well, enough about me. Remember, we have this conversation. This is all about you.
You're right.
The important thing is that folks need to reach out. 1-800-662-9550. And you can go on Sarah Wernert's website, SarahWernert.com. Mohsin Mortgage is sponsoring Sarah for her figure competition in June. She's going to be competing, and I have to say there are things that I really have great joy in doing. And this is to make sure that I can endorse you so that people can benefit from healthier lifestyles, because I talk about mortgages and debt and making sure that people can save money, but money means nothing if you don't have your health, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Very true.
You've done great wonders for me, and the only thing I can say is I'm blessed. I have to share that with everybody. I get excited about it because when we train together, or when you give me advice when I need it the most, it gives me a place to give better advice to my listeners as well. So it's sort of like a pyramid,
Yeah, it's like a domino effect.
Right.
It's great.
And you have to talk about yourself now, about what your plans are with this June competition that you're going to be doing.
Well, this past June, I did compete, and that's actually when you first saw me. I was getting ready for the Tracy Greenwood show in Philadelphia, NPC show, and I ended up winning that show. And then I did take this fall off to train you and a couple other competitors, and I had some personal things going on, so I needed to actually just not compete this fall and concentrate on putting on some more muscle for my next show, which will be a national show next June. And I'm so lucky to have Mohsin Mortgage sponsoring me, which makes my life so much easier. Next June I will be competing in the 2012 NPC Junior National Show in Chicago.
Right.
So I'm excited.
I think it's a great thing to see an athlete like yourself who's so focused and is so willing to share that information and give back. And that's what you're also going to be doing with Glenn Meekum and I for the Relay for Life, because this past year we raised about $100,000.
Amazing.
And you've worked very hard to help in that fundraising activity. We're going to be doing that again next year.
Great.
And
looking forward to it.
Yeah, great for you too, because you've helped us do this, and it's important that you have a person that you work very hard, but you also have a sense of purpose. You're giving back, and as you compete, it's a pleasure for a company like us to be able to sponsor you. You have other sponsors as well, some great friends who have supported you along the way.
I do. I have been very blessed to work with a lot of great sponsors. My main other sponsor is Big Bully Nutrition. Nick the Bully Busick was a WWF wrestler in the early 90s, and now he has a new protein bar company. It's the only protein bar company that has nitrous oxide in it, if you're familiar with that product. It's in a lot of your pre-workout powders, but this one is in a protein bar. So I'm very lucky to work with him. I'm at a lot of the national shows, working the booths with him. I also have a good friend in Pittsburgh that has a pain management company. It's dme.plus.net. They do pain management. They do a lot of really good things. Also, I have a sponsor that does my wonderful, beautiful suits for my competitions, which is Terry of Fabulous Fitwear. So I'm very blessed to have been working with all these people.
I got to say, folks, if you have questions on the nutrition plan or personal training or just sponsorship, call us here at 1-800-662-9550. Sarah Wernert's information is on our website. We are partners, but good friends. I don't endorse many people. I endorse her highly because of the fact that she adds value to your life. She will give you the right information. I'll tell you what, I have had a personal trainer for over 10 years. Never have I met a trainer or a coach such as you. because the information was not the right information. Right. That's what I keep telling my listeners about finance. It's kind of funny, isn't
it?
Right.
It goes hand in hand. I totally agree. You know, a lot of trainers are good at what they do and they can put you through good workouts, but 80% of getting results is really from your nutrition. And that's really what I would say I specialize in. Right. With my certification, that is the main focus. It's a Perillo certification, and we really touch on meal planning, nutrition, being prepared, and this is a lifestyle. I personally live this lifestyle. I compete. I know how to get results. I know how to get people results that are in other states. I have trained lots of competitors, all via online training. It's just, you got to get a good plan. You got to be individualized for yourself. Right. We talked about your daily needs, your timing, your age, your weight and things. A lot of times people just use cookie cutter diets that aren't really made for their specific needs. And that's exactly what I do not want to do.
Well, you have a lot of great information. I'm going to bring you back here again tomorrow. Great. Because we want to chat a little bit about your mom and all the great stuff that she's done to get you also to the next level. Folks, it's been great having you here. Please give us a call, 1-800-662-9550. I look forward to having you back here again, Sarah Wernert.
Thanks.
Stay well, Boston.
This has been the Mohsin Mortgage Program with Sarah Mohsin. Mohsin Mortgage is licensed in several states for residential and commercial purchases and refinancing. Call 800-662-9550.